There was a boy who suffered from asthma, allergies, and even a hole in his heart along with many other diseases. His weight reached 135 kilograms. From childhood, his classmates used to make fun of him. When he returned home, his father would beat him. To cover his own expenses, he worked in a restaurant kitchen as a pest controller. By the age of 24, this boy had failed in life so badly that he fell into depression. He started to see his life as a burden. But before making a terrible decision, something happened to him. An incident that completely changed his life. That boy, who once accepted defeat, lost 50 kilograms in just 3 months. He not only completed the toughest U.S. military training of the Navy SEALs once, but 3 times continuously. He participated in more than 70 ultramarathon races, and in just 17 hours, he completed 4,030 pull-ups, setting a world record. Do you know who this boy is? This is the story of discipline, the story of self-belief, and the story of a man who broke every limitation and built himself into the toughest man on the planet. This is the story of the one we all admire, David Goggins. His story will ignite a fire inside you to achieve anything. It will make you so mentally strong that no force in this world will be able to stop you from moving forward. So watch this video till the end, because whatever you see, you'll learn. And whatever you learn, one day you'll become. Let's begin. David Goggins was born on February 17, 1975, in New York, USA. His father owned a skating rink and a small business. Even though his father had money, David's childhood was full of struggle because his father was a drug addict. He used to beat David, his mother, and his 2 brothers. David recalls, "I still remember the day my father punched my mother so hard in the face that she fainted and fell on the stairs. Then he dragged her by the hair into the living room. At only 5 years old, when David tried to stop him, his father beat him badly with a belt. At age 6, David, his brother, and his mother cleaned the skating rink late at night. Due to lack of sleep, he couldn't concentrate in school, and his studies weakened. Finally, after years of abuse, his mother gathered the courage to leave her husband and shifted with her 2 sons to a small village called Brazilian Indian. But life didn't get easier. During those days, Black Americans were often mistreated by white Americans, and David was bullied in school. One terrifying incident changed David forever. One day, without any reason, a man pointed a gun at David's head. Shaken with fear, David thought, "I never harmed anyone. Why is this happening to me? I'll take my revenge." From then on, David turned to the wrong path. He started dressing like a thug, made weird hairstyles, got into addictions, installed big speakers in his secondhand car, and drove recklessly. Society pushed him toward becoming a bad person. But as he grew older, he realized his responsibility. He started doing small jobs to survive. By the age of 24, he was working as a pest controller just to feed himself. At that time, he weighed 135 kilograms, had asthma, and couldn't even run 400 meters. His young life was broken, and he fell into depression. One day, David saw a documentary on Navy SEALs, elite warriors trained to master land, air, and sea operations, capable of completing the toughest missions. That day, a dream was born inside David, to become a Navy SEAL. Though far from reality, he finally had a goal. David says, "Once you find your true purpose, you can never give up on it, no matter the cost." His goal was to join the Navy SEALs, serve his country, and become a man he could be proud of. He quit all his bad habits. He began waking up at 5 a.m. every day, exercising and running, whether in rain or snow. In just 3 months, he lost 50 kilograms. David explains, "When you think you've given everything, you've only used 40% of your body's capacity. You can always push further." He shares an example. "During my first marathon practice, after 70 miles, I felt like I was dying, but I pushed beyond my limit and completed 101 miles. That was my greatest realization." 2 weeks later, he officially ran his marathon, even though he could barely walk. But he didn't stop. Later, he ran 308 miles, about 500 kilometers. Finally, he applied for Navy SEAL training. His weight was down to 95 kilograms, and he was physically fit. But swimming was a challenge, as he had never learned it in his poor childhood. Still, he overcame every obstacle. During medical tests, doctors discovered he had a rare heart condition called sickle cell trait. Extra exercise could cause a heart attack. His coach left the decision to him. David said, "Either I will win or I will die." And he continued. After months of grueling training, David became a U.S. Navy SEAL officer. He then competed in ultramarathons, broke the pull-up world record, and became known as the toughest man alive. So why are you still waiting for luck? Work hard. Who knows? Maybe luck is waiting for you. David says, to break your boundaries, mental strength is far more important than physical strength. Here are the 3 qualities of mentally strong people that made David unbreakable. 1. Discipline. David says, millions see me today and say, wow, he's the best. But it's not true. Even now when I feel lazy, I remind myself, everyone is watching me. I have to be the man who inspires others. For 25 years, David has followed a strict morning routine, 2 hours of exercise and a 25-kilometer run. Even in snow or rain, he never rests. In fact, on such days, he runs 50 kilometers instead. He says, when 99% of people are resting, if you work twice as hard, you'll always be ahead. 2. Break your boundaries. David says, we must embrace suffering. Only then will our minds grow stronger. During SEAL training, people asked him, how much more can you take? He replied, I've made suffering my normal life. There's no way out. This is it. 3. Find your purpose. The easiest way to stay disciplined is to know your why. David knew his purpose, to escape mediocrity and achieve greatness. Once his purpose was clear, no negative thought could stop him. So what about you? Are you ready to work beyond your limits to achieve your dreams? If yes, then write in the comments, yes, I am ready. If you like this story, give the video a thumbs up. Stay strong, stay disciplined. See you in the next video.